natin itong ating kaibigan si Manny dahil galing lamang ito ng Cebu at kausap ng mga bishop ito eh. At lalong-lalo na ngayon na malaki ang problema sa BBL na masyado ng maraming galit na tao sa mga telenovela ng kalokohan na to.
Giving me the opportunity to share some updates regarding the Bangsa-Moro Basic Law, which I believe is now known as the Bangsa-Moro Autonomous Region Proposed Law. Perhaps they have to change the title because of the growing opposition to this BBL. Nagagaling ko lang po sa Cebu, where I attended the forum on the BBL with former Chief Justice Davide and former Governor Pablo Garcia and the Muslim cleric of Cebu City, Mr. Najib Rasul, as among our guests. Very confusing na po ang Bangsa-Moro Basic Law because there has been so many versions, many updates and revisions. I have at hand at least 4 of the versions, no? The original version, the revised chairman's version, the Malacanang version, the chairman and the vice chairman's version, and we're awaiting for the, well, we have the Senate version here. We're also waiting for the version to be drafted, substitute version to be drafted by Senator Bongbong Marcos. And of course, we will present to you the Christian Peace Alliance versions, which is to jump the BBL. Okay, so yan po ang aming gusto ko sanang talakayin ngayon. And because of all these new developments, I'm sure you've seen the what is showing now, what was showing in Maguindanao a few days back. It's called Moro. Ang title daw po niyan MILF, Decommissioning of Arms, no? And it earned it readily earned a Best Fiction award, no, from the popular.
This portion is brought to you by
Ultra Pure Water Purifier. Samantala sa inyong lahat na gusto ng malinis na tubig, direkta sa inyong mga gripo, narito na ang Ultra Pure Water Purifier. Matipid na, garantisadong malinis na tubig ang hatid pa.
So anyway, we have presented in the past the 12 reasons why we have to oppose the Bangsa-Moro Basic Law. And we continue to emphasize that the BBL is actually a Malaysian design. It is distinct from our form of government. It is parliamentary. It is different from the regional structure and the power structure of the Republic of the Philippines. It is more approximate to the system of the Federation of Malaysia. So, there is a strong possibility that in the event that the BBL is passed and the Bangsa-Moro, under the control of the MILF, could take the option of actually seceding and declaring independence. Or they can also choose to affiliate or integrate with the Federation of Malaysia in the same manner that the territory of Sabah, was integrated with the Federation of Malaysia in 1963. And maganda po yung sinabi ng ating mga guests, including Ka Eric, that the reason really behind the involvement of Malaysia in the BBL is to protect its own interest. It's not, they're not doing this as a matter of faith. It's a question of, national interest of Malaysia. It is in their interest for the Bangsa-Moro to emerge as a sub-state or perhaps even as an independent state or a part of Malaysia, because it will protect, for in eternity, the interest of the Malaysian and British mercantilist interest in Sabah. In Sabah now, there is oil. There are a lot of plantations. There are a lot of minerals. There are a lot of natural resources in Sabah. And we very well know that in 1878, the Sultan of Sulu, entered into a pajak arrangement with the Baron Overdeck and Alfred Deng, both British nationals. They leased Sabah, the territory of Sabah, which was then a part of the Sultanate of Sulu, for $5,700. And in 1947, after the war, this same prime real estate was bequeathed to the British Crown. No? So nagkaroon po ng semblance of sovereignty ang Britain over Sabah. And when the Federation of Malaysia was organized, Sabah was included, in the Federation of Malaysia. So if we go back into history, sino po ang may-ari ng Sabah? Basically, it is Overdeck and then both British nationals and their Malaysian underlings. So what is actually fueling the BBL now is nothing but Malaysian and British mercantilist interest. Hindi po kumikilos yan dahil sa tawag o sa demand ng mga Pilipino. Ginagamit lang po ang Moro Islamic Liberation Front to push for the autonomy or an eventual independent status of southwestern and central Mindanao. So, ito po ay isang what we can call as a treachery to the Filipino people. And the seeds of treachery has been planted in our very own Congress and perhaps even the executive. So these British operations, these British-Malaysian operations, they have succeeded. And we must now do everything possible to prevent the passage of the BBL, or what they now refer to as the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region. Let us fight it from Congress all the way to the plebiscite, all the way to the Constitution, and perhaps even explore the possibility of launching a people's initiative to overturn whatever law that this, cabal of conspirators could possibly come up with. Hindi po tayo pwedeng magpatalo sa Malaysian-British interest in our own soil. We will have to protect the national security, interest, and welfare of the Filipino people against all odds, especially against the odds of treachery.
This portion is brought to you by
M.I.S.M.O Whitening Soap. Narito na sa gustong pumuti at gumanda. Ito ang kasagutan sa problema mo, kapatid. M.I.S.M.O Whitening Soap sa murang halaga, kutis artista ka na.
Now, doon po sa Cebu Forum, napakaganda po. It was organized by the Archdiocese of Cebu under the inspired leadership of Archbishop JOSE Palma. Ang speakers po doon, si former Chief Justice Davide, whose son is the incumbent governor of Cebu, and former governor Pablo Garcia, whose daughter is also an incumbent congresswoman of Cebu. And nandun din po yung si Mr. Rasul and myself. Anyway, in the exit polls, out of the registered participants, 242 of the participants representing various civil society and people's organizations rejected, opposed the BBL, and only 35 voted in favor of the BBL, and 19 abstained. So it is very clear that these numbers actually represent the numbers of the percentage of Filipinos, about 82%, who are against the BBL. Only a small minority of 17% are in favor of the BBL. But unfortunately, when it comes out in the papers, it would appear that we Filipinos are in favor of the BBL. And we should correct this through our friends in the media and through our own efforts and initiatives. Yun pong, meron pong napakalaking usapan tungkol sa hakian ng wealth and income under the BBL. It appears, based on my own calculations, for every 1 peso that is generated and contributed to the national coffers, the Bangsamoro under the BBL will get 10 pesos. Why? 4% of the national revenue under the BBL will have to be automatically delivered to the Bangsamoro government. Okay, 4% of the national revenue. Kung 1.5 trillion ang ating national revenue, 4% po dyan automatically in block grants. Okay, in a block grant will go to the Bangsamoro. Now, ang revenue naman under the BBL na ma-generate inside the Bangsamoro territory, which is very little, 75% will be retained in the region. Okay? 75%. So sa apat na piso, piso lang ang papasok sa national coffers. But what is really alarming is the Bangsamoro demands, and it is so worded, that the national government will have to extend utmost support to Bangsamoro projects. So kung nagpagawa po sila ng superhighway, ng port, ng airport, the national government will have to finance that with a sovereign guarantee, with dispatch. Okay? So in the event that Mr. Iqbal is unable to pay, say, his British financiers or his Malaysian financiers, who will take the tab? Us, the Filipino taxpayers. So napakalaki po ng repercussions niya. What if they contract an airport that is, overpriced, that is so big and, that does not, reflect the actual needs of the region? We will have to pay for that. And chances are, echoing the statement of our friend Mr. Ado Paglinawan, they will. We have seen that.
Ang susunod na guest ng araw na iyon ay si Attorney Bono Adasa.
Harot tingnan, maliksi, di mapigil ang gaslaw, galaw-gaw, ang lahat ginagalaw, napakaharot.